Hey guys, today I wanted to talk about if there's ever a right time to buy a Model 3 or Y, so if you're interested, stay tuned. I think this question really depends on how you value technology. If you're a huge technology buff, then no, there's never going to be a right time. And that's because technology is always changing and evolving, and so if you want the latest and greatest, you're going to be buying all the time. If you're this type of person, you shouldn't care about burning money because having the latest technology means you're always spending money to get that technology. So if that's you, then leasing might be a good option for you. That way you can always have the latest and greatest, but it will cost you. Now, on the other hand, if you don't care about technology at that high a level, then there is a right time to buy, and that's whenever you're ready. But don't put yourself in that mindset that if you wait a few months, you'll get all the new features, because it's technology. Technology is always changing, and there's always new features. So if you think like that, you're literally going to be waiting forever to buy the car. In my opinion, there are a couple of benchmarks to look out for if you're not financially set to buy the car just yet. I bought the Model 3 in 2018, and my car is now 2 years old, and it is definitely an old model compared to the 2021 Model 3 with the new tweaks that they've added to the 2021. There's no Chrome Delete, there's no auto trunk, there's no cool center console, there's no double pane glass, and there's no hardware 3.0. Well, you can retrofit it to hardware 3.0, but it didn't come with the car stock. And if I were to buy the exact same car today, I can guarantee you 100% it would be cheaper than when I bought it 2 years ago. But you know what? I wouldn't trade those 2 years for anything. There's value in having the car in itself for 2 years over somebody else who hasn't had the car at all. On top of that, that's also 2 years of gas savings and maintenance as well. And in my case, an even bigger savings because I don't even have to pay for electricity. So even that gap between the paying for gas and paying for electricity, that is also gone for me as well. So that's even more savings for me. I understand that 2 years ago when I bought the car, Tesla was still working on the ramp up for the Model 3. And so that's why I paid more for the car then than I would have paid now. Basically, being an early adopter helped Tesla with their cash flow and helped them get their business going. And I'm happy to pay that fee, if you will, to help the company because back then they were kind of struggling, but now they are a thriving company. And Elon actually mentioned about a month ago that back in about mid-2017 and mid-2019, they were like 1 month away from bankruptcy. But obviously now they're not because they've got so much demand for the Model 3 and Model Y. And so I'm happy to contribute to that and happy to help make them a thriving company. So if you're ready to buy now, then I would say just go for it. The 2021 Model 3 does have a lot of new goodies, including hardware 3. So I don't think you can go wrong right now. And I don't think in the next year or two there's going to be any life-changing, improvements to the car. So if you're ready to buy in the next, now or the next few months, I would say just go for it. In the next year or two, maybe there will be a little bit of a price drop, and maybe there will be a tweak here and there, but for the most part, it's going to be the same thing as the 2021 Model 3, and so if you buy it now, that means you're going to have all that time, which is valuable to you, rather than waiting and buying the car later and not having the car to actually use and value. I would say the next benchmark to look out for is the 4680 batteries. But those batteries probably aren't going to be in production for at least a year and a half, probably closer to 2 to 2.5 years. And so if you're ready to buy the car now, then you should just buy it. On the other hand, if you're not quite financially set yet and you're still trying to save for the Model 3 or Y, then I would say wait and monitor Tesla for updates to see when those 4680 batteries are actually going to go into production. If we do get that news and Elon mentions, hey, the 4680 batteries are going to go into production on this date, but you'll be ready, a few months before that, then I would say you should probably wait for the 4680 batteries to come out and get one with those batteries because those are going to be basically a life-changing battery for the EV community. I think the 4680 batteries are so good that they are going to give ICE cars a run for their money in terms of range and charging time. Those batteries are going to be a big pivot, and we're going to see probably a lot of people going from ICE cars to EVs because of those batteries. On top of that, once Tesla comes out with this $25,000 car that Elon had talked about at Battery Day, it is going to be game over for ICE cars, and you're going to see a ton of people probably jumping over to Teslas and maybe EVs in general, especially if that car has the 4680 battery as well. So is there a right time to buy a Tesla Model 3 or Y? The answer is yes, and that's when you're financially set and ready. Are you planning to buy a Model 3 or Y soon? What excites you the most about the car? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.